Some days may not be very inspiring when it comes to spending time outdoors. It might be a bit dull, a bit cold and damp. And you need to get moving to keep yourself warm. But I enjoy the misty and moody days of autumn, and it's the perfect time for going for a little wander. And as you'll know if you've watched previous videos, I regularly come for a wander in my local woodland, a place I've come to know very well over the years. In fact, I know it better than I know the back of my hand. Because I don't find the back of my hand terribly interesting, whereas I do find all the secrets of the woodland to be extremely interesting, constantly changing, with always something new to find. I know where all the paths go and where all the fruits grow. And I like to get a close-up look at the woodland world. Being able to study things at close quarters, I can appreciate the intricate patterns of nature and how the colours blend on an individual leaf. But it's also good to then see how all those colours blend in to the bigger picture, to get a wider view of the landscape. So, I'm going on the hills. Hello lovelies. We're going mooching on the Malvern Hills. It's not the brightest day, but it's dry and it's not windy. Another good thing about dull days is there's not so many people about. Woohoo! Chestnuts. Love a few of them. And this is the Iron Age Hillfort, known as British Camp, which is on the Herefordshire Beacon, and that's Worcestershire Beacon over in the distance, which I showed you in a previous video. So the construction of the Hillfort began at least 3,500 years ago, probably in the late Bronze Age. And it's been expanded and modified over the centuries, right up until Norman times and medieval. There are multiple ramparts and ditches. It's amazing to think that most of these were dug out using really primitive tools, like stone and bone, and things like this antler pick. That'd have been some hard graft. So apparently there were 4 phases of prehistoric construction. There's evidence of a large settlement being up on here, dozens of round houses. And you can see why both prehistoric and later Norman and medieval, why it was considered to be a good strategic position. I think it's time to find a good strategic position to make a cuppa. A brew with a view. Found a nice little dip in the ground, away from the breeze. Nice handful of chestnuts. I'll get some more of those on the way back, I think. There's quite a few trees around on the way down. A high view gives you good perspective to see how everything fits in and blends in with the landscape, and to consider how I blend in with the landscape, and how even with my little life I'm now part of the history of this landscape too. So the Normans built a castle on the summit after they invaded in 1066. And then in medieval times they added the Shire ditch boundary bank. And now I'm looking for somewhere to show you, which is a bit mysterious little place. Nobody knows exactly what it is. It's known as the Giant's Cave. It's also referred to as Clutter's Cave, though nobody really knows who Clutter was, and sometimes the Hermit's Cave. Oh, bummer. There's loads of folks there, so I might not be able to film much of this. But we'll have a little look anyway. Raven. Well, he obviously wasn't a very big giant, was he? He'd have banged his head on here. I'm pretty sure that bit of rock art you can see at the back is not particularly ancient. I couldn't really film much because of all the folks, but basically it's a little cave with a bit of folklore around it. Whether it was a giant's cave, a medieval hermit's cave, or a Victorian grotto, who knows. Nice bit of viper's bugloss just down from the cave. So cool because it was used for treating snake bites amongst many other things. There's a lively posse of school kids out today, enjoying it. So I'm making my way back down now. I enjoyed that little mooch on the hills. Gonna see if I can snaffle a few more chestnuts on the way back too. An old parasol. There's quite a few of those up on the hills. An artist's conch fungus. I'll tell you about them later. I topped up with some water from the spring on the way back, which is good. So we're back at the wagon now, and here's a bit of artist's conch that I was telling you about. So called because it's easy to draw into the powdery white stuff that's on the bottom. You can etch into it. This is obviously not a particular work of art. I'm just showing you what you can do with it. And you can dry it and keep it. And I got a nice little extra haul of chestnuts on the way back. So I'm going to cook some of those up on the fire in a bit. I've got some water on for a brew. And I've got a half a pizza in the oven, Halloumi on sourdough base. So I've given the chestnuts a quick wash. Now I'm just scoring a cross in the top, so it makes them easier to open up. Some people score a cross in the side. It's up to you, whatever way you want to do it. And then I'm just going to soak them for a little while because it'll help them cook a bit more. Meanwhile, pizza time. Got a little bit burnt on the edge, but So the chestnuts are in the pan now. Give them a little rocks up and a shake every now and then. They are catching a little bit, but I think they'll be good. They're not far off done, I reckon. And keep the cover on because it helps them to cook and steam better. Where's that mini gone? Here she is. I'm definitely calling them done, I reckon. So I'm going to cover them up off the heat now, let them steam for a while longer so that I can peel them. The shells are coming off pretty easy. Got a little bit of butter and a sprinkle of salt, and they should be tasty yum yum. Let's have a go. Yummy. They've cooled off a bit, but they're still soft and tasty. So we're both well fed and well walked, and soon we'll probably be well tired. So we're just enjoying the misty views before night kicks in. Stir the fire up to make a last brew for the day. I hope you enjoyed joining us for a little hike on the hills. If so, give us a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment, maybe even hype the video, which is a new thing I've recently discovered. I don't know what it does, but hype it anyway. And subscribe if you feel so inclined. You'll be very welcome. We'll be turning in for the night as soon as this fire's died down. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.